Hey Grace Church, Michael Campbell here, family pastor, going over this Sunday's lesson, how it applies to the children within our homes, our classroom, how it applies to them, and how it applies to us as primary disciple makers and leaders of these classes. And so we're going through the story in Mark chapter 4, Luke 8, Matthew 8 about Jesus calming the storm. It's one of the most beautiful pictures of God's sovereignty and control over what is seemingly chaotic. And so in the gospel accounts of Jesus, like calming the storm, we learn that Jesus's disciples experienced tremendous fear. Their fear was so great, actually, that they believed they would perish in that storm alone. Yet Jesus experienced the same violent storm, but rather than quake in fear, he was sleeping. And the disciples' fear emerged from a lack of faith in the one who slept in the boat, right? So while they were worried about their circumstances and allowed fear to overtake their heart, Jesus remained confident in his control over all things, including that raging sea. Not a drop of the ocean wave or a gust of wind escaped his authority. And the Word made flesh, who spoke all of creation into existence, rules every inch of this world according to his sovereign, controlling will. And at the sound of his voice, the wind and the waves were stilled. And the disciples, the fear of the storm was redirected actually to a fear of another one of reverence and awe. And the power of the storm was no rival for the power of the Lord. And the disciples' perspective was shifted to wonder at the holiness, the power, and authority that Jesus presented and displayed. So the disciples, that fear towards Jesus was actually different. That fear was one of awe and reverence, a humbled perspective regarding the holiness, power, and authority of Jesus. We all resonate with that caution for its commonplace in like our daily lives, to be shaken by life circumstances that come in front of us. And that story is about a storm and the different feelings that came out of it. But from that storm, and even in the storms within our own lives, we see the character of a Savior, and it's about our need to bow our hearts and our lives to the beauty, holiness, and power of the authority of Jesus for his glory and our good. And we all have things that cause us to worry, but do you personally have a reverent awe towards God who made you and loves you and has promised to be with you through every life circumstance? One of my favorite quotes is by Charles Spurgeon, and it's, "I've learned to kiss the wave that slams me into the rock of ages," meaning whatever comes our way, any trial, if it ultimately pushes us to our foundation, Jesus Christ, then we should welcome it with a kiss. So we're going over that, the authority of Jesus Christ and his power over what is, again, uncontrollable. But Jesus, being God himself, fully God, fully man, is able to control that. So we're going through that this weekend. You'll notice on the rest of the thread, there's some discussion questions, memory verses, topics to go over as a family. But till next time, God bless and take care.